Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead on and get started. If you've noticed, I have the share screen up because today we are going to be previewing our vocabulary for our realistic fiction that we're going to be reading. So if you look at your screen, you will notice we have our vocabulary words that we will be looking for in our realistic fiction. So let's look at some of these words. We have 5 words we're going to be focusing on this week and next week. These 5 words, we're going to be learning their meanings, and we're also going to be practicing using them and focusing on their synonyms. So if you would like to take notes, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to go grab notebook paper and a pencil to write some of this information down. But please also remember, I'm going to be posting this online. So if you need to go back at any time, and you need to go back and review and look at the meanings and their synonyms, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to be posting this video. So let's go ahead on and get started. So here we have our 5 vocabulary words. We have the first word, which is frustrated. We have confused, cool, bothered, and irritable, excuse me. So again, frustrated, confused, cool, bothered, and irritable. So let's go ahead on and start with our first word, which is frustrated. So if you look here, a lot of us have seen this word used before, but we don't necessarily know the meaning or how to describe what that word means. We just know that it is a feeling. So frustrated is actually a feeling of being annoyed because you can't change something. So let's say you were given some news that you were not too happy about, and that news kind of brought up this feeling of you being frustrated because you know that there's nothing that you can necessarily do to change what was said to you. One of the synonyms that I want you guys to be familiar with is the word discouraged. So frustrated and discouraged can mean similar things. When you're feeling frustrated about something, you could also say that you're feeling discouraged because you feel as though you cannot change something. So it is, in a sense, annoying you in some way. So let's take a look at an example of frustrated. So here we have a little boy, and it is showing, or he is showing his frustration on his face. Notice in the picture, he has a couple of things in front of him. he has a book, and he also has a notebook. So this could imply to us that he might have been working on something and became frustrated. So here it says the boy is frustrated because. What are some reasons why this boy may be frustrated? Lady, would you like to answer? Aaron? Anybody?
Me.
Okay, go ahead, sweetheart.
He's frustrated because maybe he has a lot of work to do,
Mm-hmm.
and
Go ahead.
because he has like he didn't do and he has a lot of homework.
And he might feel a little bit overwhelmed.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good job, Yaretsi. So, yes, the boy could be frustrated because he might have a lot of things he has to complete. And in his mind, he may feel as though it's a lot for him and he doesn't see it ever being done. So, good job, sweetheart. All right, let's go to the next one. So, again, really quick, we'll go back. Frustrated is feeling annoyed because you can't change something. And the synonym for frustrated is discouraged. Good job. Let's go to the next word. So the next word we're going to be looking at is cool. Now, I know you guys use this word a lot, but we don't really focus on its meaning. So cool is something you might think is interesting or someone being stylish. So if there's like a game or something that you're looking at, you might say, oh, that game is really cool because you think the game is very interesting. Or if you see somebody with some shoes you might say, oh, that person is really stylish. They have on really cool shoes. So the synonym I want you guys to focus on, or a word that might mean something similar to cool, is stylish. Okay, so the synonym for cool is stylish. Let's take a look at the example. So here we have a cool kid. And notice in the sentence it says the cool kid watched movies he thought were cool. So here I'm using cool in two different ways. The first way I'm using cool, I'm describing this little boy because his outfit is very stylish to me. And I'm also using the word cool in the way where I'm showing how these movies are very interesting. So if I think, or if the boy thinks the movies are interesting, he may say that they are cool. Lady, you had your hand raised?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I want to describe the boy. Can I
Oh, yes, go ahead.
make a sentence?
Yes,
So I'm gonna think about it for just a while.
that's fine. And you're going to come back?
Mhm.
Okay. So look at these pictures. Even though they're showing two different images, they can still be described as cool. So in the first image of the little boy, we can say that he is cool because of how stylish he is, or his outfit and how it looks nice on him. Okay. You might also might describe different parts or different types of clothing he has on. Okay. You can even look at his hair. His hair is styled in a cool way. You might say his shoes, those Converse he has on are pretty cool. Okay. And then if you look at some of these different types of movies, some of us have seen these movies and thought that they were pretty interesting. So like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, you might have thought that movie was pretty cool. Or Harry Potter, some of you I know are really big Harry Potter fans might have thought, oh, that movie was really cool because of some of the interesting things that happened in that movie. Okay. Anybody want to talk about this picture of the
Okay,
little boy?
miss. I got my sentence.
All right, go ahead, lady.
The cool boy, when he goes to school, he's a very popular boy.
Oh, nice job. I love that. So because of people liking the way he dresses, they would say he's cool, right? That's cool. Good job. All right, we're going to go to the next one. So we just looked at frustrated and cool. Now we're going to go to our next word, which is confused. So confused just means unable to understand. When you are looking at, let's say, reading something or trying to figure out a math problem, you could sometimes become confused because you might not understand something. And a synonym we use for confused would be perplexed. Okay? So when you are unable to understand something, instead of saying you're confused, you could say you're perplexed. So we're going to look at an example of confused. All right, so confused. Look at this image of this woman. I just kind of want you to stare at it for a little bit. Notice the image that they used to just show her being confused. Look at how the lines are intertwining with each other and moving in all directions. Because this is just an image to kind of portray what you might be feeling if you are confused. So notice the words they also used here. It says, I'm stuck, yes, no, never, maybe, lost, certainly. So when you are confused, you can have all these different thoughts going on in your mind. So notice the sentence on how I used the word confused. She was confused on how to answer a question. So I feel like this is a very good image to kind of portray what some of us feel when we're feeling a little confused. Yes, go ahead. You have something to say? All right, we're going to keep moving forward. So let's continue. So that is confused. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So the next word we're going to be looking at is irritable. Irritable means easily made angry or annoyed. So there are some instances where we might be irritable. I know for me, I can be a little irritable when I haven't eaten anything. A lot of us know that as being hangry, like you're hungry, you're angry because you're hungry. But that's also like saying you're just irritable. The synonym that I have here is annoyed. So in a lot of cases, when you're feeling irritable, there are a lot of things around you that might annoy you. Okay, so let's look at the example. So here is showing a little girl, and look at the expression on this little girl's face. You can see that she is looking pretty irritable. So I want you guys to give me a reason why this girl might be feeling irritable. So it says
Miss
the girl.
Watch, I got a question.
Yes, go ahead, lady.
Does irritable mean the same thing as mad?
Yes. So if we look here, notice how it says angry. So we wouldn't say mad. You were used to using mad a lot, but the proper term to use is angry. So yes, when you're feeling irritable, you might be feeling angry about something. So yes, ma'am, you are correct. Okay. So who can tell me in their own words, why might this girl be feeling irritable?
Me.
Go ahead.
I think that she's like angry because she probably has to clean her room.
Okay, so she could be irritable because she has to clean her room and she doesn't want to. Anybody else want to share? Edgar, Abisai,
Yes.
Kadu? Okay.
Me.
Go ahead, Yaretsi.
I think she's angry because
Let's use the term irritable.
I think she's irritable like that
Very good.
because they didn't want to buy her a toy.
Okay, so she can be irritable because her parents wouldn't buy her a toy. I would say she's irritable because she hasn't had her snack for today. And she loves her snack time and she hasn't had it, so she could be feeling a little irritable. Okay. Anybody else?
Me.
Who is that? Lady?
Yes.
Okay, lady.
The little girl is irritable because of her little brother doesn't let her play with him.
Okay, that's awesome. Good job, guys. All right, we're going to keep going. We're on the last word, and the last word is bothered. Okay, so bothered means feeling annoyed or upset about something. So if you notice, a lot of these words have some of the same type of meaning, right?
Yes.
So I know you see how it says annoyed again. So when you're irritable, you could also be bothered, which means annoyed.
Annoyed.
Right, good job. But the synonyms that I want you guys to focus on for bothered are troubled or agitated. So sometimes there might be things that could be bothering you and make you feel agitated or upset. Okay, so let's look at the example for bothered. So here we have an image, and I want you to look at this image. I want you to notice the girl and the two boys in this image. Who can tell me what is happening in this image?
Me.
Okay, go ahead, Yadansi. What is happening in this image?
I see that the girl is trying to work or do her homework, and the boys are like talking too much.
Very good. So what is bothering the girl?
That they're talking too much.
Okay, so you can say that the boys are talking so much and the girl is trying to concentrate, but she is being bothered by those two boys talking. Good job. Okay? So these are our vocabulary words that you are going to be practicing today on Pearson. So as you read your story, you are going to come across the words frustrated, confused, cool, irritable, and bothered. Okay? So I'm going to stop my screen. Okay? And I want to kind of get you guys' input. So how have you been doing on Pearson? I know some of us have not completed some of our work on there. Some of us have completed our work. Is there anything anybody wants to talk to me about really quickly in terms of Pearson?
No.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Miss.
Yes, lady.
I don't get one of the
assignments?
lessons that you gave me.
The score?
Yeah, like I haven't done it.
Okay, so I know I talked to some people yesterday. Some of your scores as of now have zeros. And that's the grade I can only give, only because it hasn't been done and it should have been done 2 weeks ago. But those scores can definitely change once you have done them. Okay? All right. let's go ahead on. I'm going to take you guys to Pearson, and I'm going to show you what you're going to be working on today. So 1 second.
Miss, do we get in Pearson too?
If it'll help you, yes, but I'm definitely going to show you what you need to do as of today.
Going to Pearson, so I can know what to do today.
Good. Are you gonna do it right now?
Okay, 1 second. All right, so if you look into Pearson, I've already posted this, but you are going to be doing your develop vocabulary check for understanding. So I'm going to click on that. And really quick, I'm going to, if you can, put yourselves on mute so that everybody can hear.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, so here is the story that you are going to be reading today. It is called From Out of My Mind by Sharon M. Draper. This is our realistic fiction that we're going to be reading. So as you are reading, and remember you have your audio, so this can help you read the story if you would like to listen to the story. Kaylee, can you put yourself on mute, please?
Sorry.
It's okay. So as you're reading the story, your job is to find your vocabulary word. So I'm just scrolling through, and notice how they already have your vocabulary word colored blue. And if you click on it, it gives you the definition. It tells you the part of speech. So frustrated is an adjective. It also shows you how to break it down by syllables. So frustrated. And it gives you the meaning, feeling annoyed at being unable to change something. So as you're reading or listening to the audio play while you're reading along, you are going to come across your vocabulary words. When you come across your vocabulary words, I want you to highlight the sentence it's being used in. So how do we do that? If I just go over the sentence, notice I can just click highlight, and notice how it highlights for me. So all I did was click, go over, and when I let go, it asks me what I want to do. Do I want to highlight? Do I want to circle? Or do I want to underline? I want to highlight. Okay? If you want to delete that,
Miss Welch.
you just press delete. Yes, lady.
No, it's me.
Oh, sorry, Yadexi, go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have to do it on our book or on the
Online.
so whatever it says?
Yeah, whatever you're doing, it's going to be online.
Okay.
Not in your book, online. Okay?
But how are we? Does it ask us questions?
So that's what I'm getting ready to show you now, okay?
Okay.
Miss Welch.
Yes, Kaylee.
I can't find the story. I found it already. Kaylee, so you go to developing vocabulary, check for understanding.
Yes, so where it says develop vocabulary, I'll go back. So this is what you're looking for right here. Develop vocabulary. Check for understanding.
Miss, is it this one?
Oh, I can't see you right now. Hold on. Hold on. Yes, that's the one, lady.
Okay.
All right.
Miss Watch, I can't find it.
Kaylee, are you
Don't
online?
you have it there?
I'll look for you. I'm gonna check your account later, but let me finish this first and then I'll help you and look to see if it's on your account, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so again, develop vocabulary. It's already on assignments. And when you click on that, you will see the story. So as you're reading the story, your job today is to
Kaylee.
look for the sentences using your vocabulary words. Okay, now look to the right of the screen. Notice it has reading workshop. What we're doing today is our first read. And with our first read, it says preview vocabulary, read, develop vocabulary, check for understanding. The only thing you're gonna click on is where it says develop vocabulary. And if it doesn't show up, just click here and it'll pop up. Notice I'm clicking first read and they're popping up. So here, develop vocabulary.
I do not know which one she do.
Okay? So as I click this arrow, notice how words appear. And you can let these words play for you. There's the play button.
In realistic fiction, authors use precise words to create specific descriptions. These words help the reader visualize and connect with the characters and events.
Okay? So if there are words that you might not know how to pronounce, you have someone to do that for you. So as I scroll down, it says my turn. This is what you're going to be completing today. It says add the vocabulary word from the word bank to complete the group of synonyms. Then choose a character or object that best matches the word and write an example sentence. So notice our word bank has our vocabulary words: bothered, confused, cool, frustrated, and irritable. And here we have the synonyms. So your job is to choose one of your vocabulary words to match the synonyms. So if we go back to our vocabulary, and I'm going to post this for you guys to look at as well. So if you go back to your vocabulary and we look at frustrated, remember the synonym that I said for frustrated was discouraged. When you're feeling frustrated, you might feel discouraged. So with that in mind, notice I see the synonym discouraged, which means the vocabulary word I want to use is frustrated. So what I'm going to do is click on the notebook and I would write frustrated. That is how you fill in the blank. And then I would just, it says saved already. I don't have to save it. And I'll just click close. So now it's showing that I answered the question and put frustrated on the blank. Any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
All right. As I keep scrolling, it says who or what is. So what they're basically asking us is to tell who or what is frustrated. So as you read the story, you will find out who they're talking about as who is being frustrated. So if I were to read through here, I will find out who is frustrated in the story. And I would put my answer here and press close. If you do not put an answer there, you do not get your credit. Okay? Abi, do you have a question? Abby, ahí. Okay. All right, so that is what you're working on today. Now, if we keep going, they want you to put my example sentence. So if I click on notebook, I would just write the sentence that they're using the word frustrated in. So here it says, I bet he gets really frustrated sometimes. So that is the sentence I would type in. I bet he gets really frustrated sometimes. And that would be your answer. It says saved, and I would just hit close. Okay, so that is for frustrated. We just did A. Now we're going to go to B, synonyms, puzzled or perplexed. What they're asking us is which one of our vocabulary words means perplexed. We've already used frustrated, so the words we would use is either cool, irritable, bothered, or confused. If I go back to our vocabulary and I look at, let's see, confused, remember confused means unable to understand. The synonym I have for us is perplexed. So because that matches, that is the word I want to use, confused. So if I look here for perplexed, I'll click the notebook and I will put confused. Do we have any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Abby, can you put your device on mute, please? Thank you. All right, and if you notice, there's that who or what is. So we want to find out who or what is confused. Somebody is confused. So as you continue to read through your story, you will have to go where they're talking about someone being confused. Now, we don't know who she is, so we would have to read the selection to figure it out. And underneath, it says my example sentence. You will simply go to your story and copy the sentence that they're using. She looked confused. And you will type that in your notebook. Okay, so anytime you have an assignment, you need to look to your right, and this is where you will find what you're supposed to be doing. So today you are working on develop vocabulary. So again, if you click that arrow, that information drops down for you. And this is what you're going to be doing today. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to open the floor for any questions that some of you might have. Jonathan, do you have a question at all? Do you understand it? Okay, so when you go to Pearson today, you need to make sure that you are going to your notebook buttons. So anytime you have an assignment to do, some of you opened up the story, but you didn't complete your assignments on your notebook. Okay. Also, I'm going to be grading your past assignments. So if there are still any assignments you haven't done online, I need you guys to go and do that. If you have not logged into Success Maker, and I know who that may be, go ahead on and get on Success Maker. Yeah, that's you.
Miss Welch,
Yes, Kaylee.
Before I actually knew that I had another meeting, I tried to log into Success Maker, but it wouldn't let me.
Do you know your ID
Yes, I know
number?
my password.
Okay, I'll check with Mr. Nostrosa just to see what
Okay,
the issue may be. What browser are you using? Are you using Google Chrome or are you using Internet Explorer?
I think it's Internet Explorer. I don't know.
Okay, so one of the things that I know has
Dale vuelta
that
y
a lot of
dile
people
que
are messing up on is they're using Internet Explorer. So you might need to use
your internet is
Google
nothing
Chrome.
wrong with your internet. It's
Okay.
already
Okay.
fixed.
But it could be the browser. So you just want to double check that you're using the right browser because somebody was using the Internet Explorer browser and it wasn't letting them log in. So you might want to use Google Chrome. Google Chrome lets you log in
Okay.
to let you get into Pearson. I know at least for Pearson you need Google Chrome. And if you need to know how to download that, I can show you like I showed them how to do it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Edgar, any questions? Caduce? Just making sure. So when you guys leave me from this meeting today, go ahead on and get on Pearson and you can get started on your assignments. Okay, yes, go ahead. Hold on, you're on mute. Okay, go ahead.
Can we do a success maker first, and then we do the person realize? Because you said that the
Yes, that's fine.
yeah, I'm doing it right now.
All right, that's fine, sweetheart. You can do the success maker first. Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right, well, I'm gonna leave you to your assignment for today. So that's all you're working on today. If you have any questions for me, you know that you can contact me. I'm gonna answer as quickly as I can, okay?
Okay, miss.
All right, I will talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Y'all have a good day.
Bye.
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 Bye, good
Bye.
afternoon.
I
Bye,
made
Miss Welch.
Y'all have a good one. Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.